He kicked me out. Left me in the streets. Basically. Don't rely on nobody. Don't be dependent upon no one. Because you would be in my situation. You don't want to be in that situation. So, basically, as we was dating, everything was good. I'm talking about good. The relationship was good. And he had a job. I didn't have a job. My fault. That's where I messed up at. I didn't have a job. I got comfortable. And he would go to work. I was making sure that the house was clean by the time he got home. I was making sure I cooked something every day by the time he got home. I'm not even gonna lie. I was loving it. Sit home all day. It was good. You know what I'm saying? And we would go out. He would take me out on dates, dinner dates, movie dates, trips, all type of stuff. Not those extravagant trips, but I'm just saying. But all that stuff. And it was just so good. But then it got to a point where the perfect spouse just started treating me like I wasn't paying no bills. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between how you get. I mean, I'm not saying men would treat women a certain type of way because people get treated a certain type of way because they don't pay bills. But I knew the energy he was giving me. It was giving me, yeah, you don't pay no bills around here. And it was to the point where I saw he was coming home late. Coming home like 5 to 6 o'clock in the morning. But what can I say? I have nowhere to go. I have no money. So I dealt with it and brushed it under the rug. That's exactly what I did. And then I just felt I was in a horrible place. I was sneaking and calling the girls whose numbers he was calling. And then the way he didn't want me to act is the same girls he was talking to. The way he didn't want me to dress was the same girls he was cheating on me with. But I stayed because I didn't have nowhere to go. I didn't want to work. And I don't even think it was the fact that I didn't want to work. It was just the fact that I wasn't working. I mean, I had my own car. Thankfully, I had my own car. But, yeah, I had nowhere to go. So, of course, he sweet talked me. But one thing I can't say is he was not abusive, which does not think that. You would think that, but I don't know why I said that. That was a stupid thing. But anyway, he dogged me out. And I'm not even I think he was a sweetheart cheater. You know, one of them people who cheat, but then they sweet talk you and then bam, bam, bam. So that's how it was. So I remember on Valentine's Day, he threw my clothes out. I'm talking about I'm thinking we was in a good place. He went to throwing my clothes out the door. Throwing my clothes out the apartment. I'm talking about we was in an apartment complex. Threw my clothes out the apartment complex. And all that type of stuff. I was so embarrassed. I'm like, I don't even know where I'm about to go. Because I'm not from the place we was living in. I was literally like 3 hours from where I grew up at. And I'm like, I don't even know where I'm going to go. Thankfully, which is crazy, my granddaddy stayed in the same city. I had to go to my granddaddy's house. And it was like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Because I think 1 o'clock in the morning. Because I think I drove around and sat in the parking lot. I mean, thinking that he going to come and get me. Like, okay. No, he didn't. Imagine getting kicked out of your boyfriend's house on Valentine's Day. I mean, of course I don't believe in Valentine's Day now, but I'm saying back then, of course I did. So imagine getting kicked out on Valentine's Day. You think you're going to get some flower roses and candy? No. And guess what I did? Something I should have did from the jump. That next day, I got up looking for me a job. Got me a job. I got me a job. Saved my money. Got me an apartment. And I said, you know what? I would never put myself in that situation again. Never. I would never put myself in that situation again to rely on someone. Not to rely on a man, to rely on anybody. To be fully dependent on somebody. I don't care if they want to pay all the bills. I'm still going to have me a job. I'm still going to have me some money coming in. Whether I put it to the side or whatever. I'm still going to have me something. So if something happened the next day, I'm good. I have no money to put up to stay in my hotel room until I find me somewhere to stay. Or I find somebody to stay with, roommate with somebody, pay them until I would never ever put myself in a situation for somebody to feed me and put me in the streets. Never again in my life. Never. And that's why that's why ever since then, no. Do what you want from me. But I'm going to always make me some money. Things be so good and nice and sweet. Don't ever put yourself in a position, because listen, even if what if he would have, I mean, he had every right to do that. But the fact that I gave somebody the right to feed me and clothe me, that was bad on my part. I'm not blaming him. I'm blaming myself for being comfortable and allowing myself to depend on somebody. So if you don't get none out of this video, please, that's why I'm big on 50-50. Me, I want equal, because I feel like, I'm not saying everybody, but I just feel like, I feel like people would treat you. I don't know. I just feel like when you ain't bringing nothing, no finance or nothing to something with all these high bills and stuff like that, I just want equal respect. That's why I'm big on 50-50. I'm not saying nothing is again. If you're the type of person who let your man pay all the bills, please, by all means, please have your coins put to the side before you be outside, okay?